Okay, so today I just want to go over the final exam, the options, and what's going to be on the final exam. So, as we were just talking about a few seconds ago, hopefully everybody saw the announcement posted that the quiz is on Wednesday. That's the last quiz. So I'm going to start. Let's start with that. So the last quiz is on logic gates. So that's the last chapter. And let's change over. Okay. All right, so the last quiz, quiz 9, is on logic gates. That's our last chapter. And because it's going to be close to the final exam in the last, well, on Wednesday, like just second to the last lecture, I won't assess logic gates again on the final exam. So you assess that on the quiz 9, and that's it. Okay. And now for the final exam. So I updated the page. I looked at the requests. Surprisingly, there are not that many requests for alternative times so far this quarter. Usually I have like a ton of requests. This time this is just a handful of students. Anyway, so our exam for this section is on the Friday of finals week, which is basically the last day of finals week. Okay, all exams are from 1 to 4 p.m. These are the university scheduled times. So everything that you see here, 3:51:01 on Friday, 02 is on Wednesday, and all exams are from 1 to 4. And then the third alternative time that students have available is with my 113 section. That's on Monday from 1 to 4. Okay, so students can take any of those 3 times. And then the alternate is the Saturday before finals week. If you wish to take it at your regular time, you don't have to do anything. Simply show up on a Friday. That is June 13th. Right here, June 13th. Okay. But if you do wish to use the alternative date or alternative time, then you submit this form at the end. Okay. This page and this form has been available since the first day of the quarter. So if you wish for an alternate time, then submit this form. Otherwise, do not submit it. Yes.
If we apply for alternate one, will you like email us?
So, no, so I won't email. So question being asked is how would we be notified? It's right here at the top. So there's no individual notification. But if your requests are before this date and before this time, that means they are approved. So, I basically here I say Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday requests are approved or not. As long all of them say approve and your request was sent before the date and time specified here, then all requests are approved. And as I stated earlier, like this quarter, I haven't had that many requests and we have plenty of space in the classroom. It's always about physical limits. So I cannot exceed the fire safety codes, but several years I've been doing this and I've never had any issues accommodating everyone. And I don't foresee any issues accommodating everyone this quarter too. So the exam, the university scheduled days and times, the exam location is here in this classroom. Okay, 10-124. But the Saturday exam is not in this building. Saturday exam is in the E building. So it's building number 20 where my office is, where you all know where building 20 is. It's in room 131. 131 is the first room that you would enter from, if you go diagonally across from this building. So building 20, room 131. Okay, that's when the Saturday exam is. All right, any questions? Okay. It's comprehensive, it's cumulative, not optional, but not unless you want to drop a big chunk of your grade. So a big portion of your grade, meaning it's worth up to 25% of your overall grade. Same format as quizzes and the homework. If the question states solve using a particular method, students must show their knowledge about that particular method. And then, yeah, as long as the correct work is shown, most of the credit will be awarded. Yes.
Is it on paper?
No, it's on paper. So good question. So everything is normal paper-based final exam. No online option. It's only in person. Okay, it's only in person. So I'll get to that in just about a minute. Partial credit units. So during the quarter for quizzes, kind of let some stuff slide, but for the final exam, missing units, missing unit prefixes, that changes your answers. If you write down ohms instead of kilo ohms, volts instead of millivolts, or amps instead of milliamps, your answer is incorrect. So points will be deducted for that. Somebody, yeah, Ken.
Is it open note?
I'll get to that. I think that's the eagerly awaited question. That's also on there since the quarter. Topics, semiconductor fundamentals. So we had 5 chapters. Logic gates are out. Okay, so you prepare for it this week, and then that's it. Semiconductor fundamentals, basically the semiconductor materials, material properties, p-type semiconductor, n-type semiconductor, p-n junctions, what happens with semiconductor physics, and so short answer questions and 1 or 2 problems. That one problem might be broken up into 2 or 3 sub questions. Well, depending on what question I choose. But it'll be somewhere between 10 and 15 points, not more than that. Diodes, BJTs, and FETs, short answer questions, 1 to 2 problems, approximately 20 to 25 points, and 15 to 20 points for the FETs. Okay, so just, I wouldn't say like evenly distributed across all the 4 chapters, but sort. And then prep, the quizzes, the homework, lecture slides, and videos. I will update the quiz solutions page on the class notebook realistically by tomorrow. And then equation sheet, you don't need an equation sheet. It's going to be open book, open notes. It's not open internet. You can use your electronic devices to access the online textbook, online homework solutions, the online notes, class notebook. You can access anything related to course material, but nothing outside of the course material. So typically I would sit at the back of the class where I can observe students from the back, and students can use their tablets, can use your laptops, whatever you wish. Electronic devices are fine, but I typically sit at the back. Calculators permitted. Make sure your batteries are charged and you do not forget those. And then, yeah, that's the form. So when you come in and I take like the quizzes, the final exams, I take the attendance. There are several students who pretty much attended class online all quarter long. And so there are, while I can put names to faces of most because everybody's also in my lab class, on the final exam day, I check IDs for everyone, every student, okay? And so you'll come into the class, we'll begin the exam on time, you'll have the question sheet, the answer sheet, we'll hand those out, you can begin the exam. About 15, 20 minutes later, I'll come around and check your IDs. You can have your Cal Poly ID, or you can have any form of valid state ID, like driver's license or any kind of state identification. Cal Poly ID is the best, but just in case if you lost it, you forgot it or whatever, you can use the driver's license. And then you sign in so that I know that students have taken the exam. And when you leave, you do not leave without signing out. So you sign out, and if I don't have both signatures, I would not grade the final exam. So do not just leave the final exam on your desk or on my desk and leave the room, okay? You sign in will be 15 minutes after we begin, 15 to 30 minutes after we begin the exam. And then when you're done with the exam, you sign out. Signing is simply just writing your name on a sheet of paper that I'll, walk around. And then when I have those, and when I sit down to grade, should have both signatures on there. That's it with respect to the final exam. All right, what else? If you need to leave the room, that is fine. Leave your electronic devices at your desk where you're sitting, and feel free to use the restroom, walk in and out, grab something to eat or drink, or use the restroom, anything you want. Okay. Quizzes will be graded, hopefully by the end of this week, hopefully before that. So you have your grades before then. Okay. Yes,
All the answers to this.
yes. Yeah, so I think I have like 2 or 3 of them on there. I'll post the other ones on there. Yeah. All right, other questions? Anyone else? Okay. Rest of the session, I'll just with open hours, okay, or whatever you else want to do, but you're all free to leave.
We talked about like the question 6 of the homework.
Question
Like,
what?
The question that just had like a lot of problems with it. you know?
Question 8?
Or,
Oh,
like,
6. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
so I would manage to find like a photo of what the answer that it wants.
I know, so you
And-
posted it on the
But I
internet.
think that even then, it's like the method that it shows has like something in the end that just makes sense. Like, you know, you solve for current, you get like 2.2 milliamps or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But then if you find VDS, what it shows in there just doesn't make sense. Like should be like a fairly straightforward.
No, because ID flows through both RD and RS.
But I feel like if you do the math, you get like 13 volts and it gets 11. I mean, maybe I'm just like literally. Just, like,
No, I checked it with like 4 or 5 decimal places. And I think I got like 11 point something. Unless I made an error somewhere.
Is RS always 740? Or
As
like-
far as I know, did you have a different, yeah, no, I'm saying with RD, did you have a different value for RD or VDD? But the email that you sent me and I looked at it and it seemed it would work with that.
Okay.
It didn't?
Okay. I'll just like do the math again right now and just like
Okay.
check it.
All right. Well, I'm here. So, everyone else, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but officially the class is at an end. We'll meet again on Wednesday for the quiz and then whenever your exam is. I will be available for, during class time, I will be available. Whether I'll be here or in the office, I don't know. Like, since you're meeting in the class for the quiz, we'll stay here, get your questions answered. On Friday, I'll just be available in the office. Okay? All right. Yeah. Just a second. There's another question being asked online. Let me see. Okay.
We all done something that will be like misunderstanding something, you know.
You end up getting the answer for number 6?
Well, I got it this morning because someone texted it to me, but. Well, this is what actually what I'm gonna show you. So at the very, like, I did get that current,
I got that as well.
but then if you do this math, I just get 13 volts, not 11,
Sure.
right? Yeah.
I don't know. I just like gave up after a while. It's like there's
It was frustrating.
Yeah.
I apologize about that. Yeah. Well, I know it's not something students would like to hear, but I'm saying it does show you a picture of what you can expect as a working
Except, I don't know, it's just different
engineer.
when you work, you're getting paid versus.
Oh, well,
you do it.
is that problem just gonna be dropped out of the homework or is it just done for?
that's what I'm gonna do once I look at the statistics.
Chill. Did someone actually manage to solve it? Or
Someone did,
someone